Eli would do like the fist pump, but Daniel Jones was doing like the full out flex. Like he was like, yeah. Hey guys, what is going on? So I want to talk about this last Giants game and specifically Daniel Jones' performance in this last game versus the Saints, this big upset win in New Orleans. So obviously we're all talking about Daniel Jones' performance in this game. His stats were incredible, threw for over 400 yards, 2 touchdowns, one NFC player or NFC offensive player of the week. Interestingly enough, all NFC players of the week, offense, defense, and special teams, were all members of teams in the NFC East. So yeah, let's go NFC Beast. But back to Daniel Jones, I want to talk about why I specifically felt this game was so good and so important for Daniel Jones. And it's not really something that's going to show up on the stat sheet. Yes, the stats were amazing, but it was the fact that he led them on a comeback and a game-winning drive. Like, that, I think, is just so huge. We saw that so much with Eli, and I'm not trying to compare Daniel Jones to Eli or anything, but this is just Daniel Jones' third comeback win, third comeback drive, game-winning drive. We saw him do it in his first game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, his first NFL game ever. He did it versus Washington towards the end of his rookie season, and this was his third one and his first one since his rookie season. So I think being able to be in a position to lead your team on a game-winning drive is just so important. It kind of shows that he has like that it factor, that ability to be a winner. And I think that's something that's really just not talked about enough. Daniel Jones had been, in spots where he could, put this team on his back, lead them on a game-winning drive, but he just, kind of kept falling short. But this game versus the Saints, they were down big in the fourth quarter. I think they were down 11, right, in the fourth quarter. And he leads them on a drive to tie the game. And then they get the ball in overtime. In that first drive in overtime, he just leads them down the field. And they win the game. They don't even go for the field goal. They get the touchdown to win the game. And I think another thing that I saw from Daniel Jones in this game that I really hadn't seen a ton of before was emotion. Like, Daniel Jones was showing so much emotion in this game, so much hype. We saw the flexing, like he was flexing his muscles, like yeah, like the big leap and hug with Saquon Barkley. Like they ran to each other, gave each other like the jumping hug and all that. And then after the game, I saw a clip posted of him and Andrew Thomas just walking in, just being so happy. And Daniel Jones, I've never seen the guy show so much emotion. And I think it just shows that he's starting to have confidence in himself, and I think that's so huge. A win like this can instill confidence in him. Obviously, the guy is under so much pressure this season. Like his NFL career as a QB1 is basically, on the line this season, because if they don't have a good season, Dave Gettleman will probably be fired or retired, and then a new GM might want, his own coach, his own quarterback, and then Daniel Jones has to go elsewhere. So this guy is basically playing to stay in New York, and for him to have some confidence and just feel good after a win like that, I think is so important. And I'm just so happy that we saw him as a winner. Like he played like a winner that game. That's really what you have to say. He played like a winner, someone who didn't think that the moment was too big for him. He was on the road, the first game in New Orleans since the hurricane. That moment was not too big for him. That lead that the Saints had, it wasn't too big for him. Playing in overtime, that pressure, it wasn't too big for him. And I think that's just a huge step in his development as a quarterback. I think it's going to be a great confidence booster for him. And I just hope we see that from him more. Now that he's had, his first game-winning drive in over a year and over a season, hopefully he'll have the confidence in himself that he can do that again. And, hopefully he's not worried about throwing interceptions or fumbling the ball away. It's just like he believes, okay, I've done it before, I can do it again. So I just think the fact that he basically put this team on his back to win this game and come back in this game, the moment wasn't too big for him, was huge. It was definitely Eli-esque. I don't want to compare him to Eli, but it definitely reminded me of Eli. Eli with more emotion. He definitely showed more emotion than Eli. Like, Eli would do like the fist pump, but Daniel Jones was doing like the full out flex. Like he was like, yeah. So yeah, I've just been waiting to see that from Daniel Jones. I've been waiting to see that winning moment from Daniel Jones. The last time I felt this way about Daniel Jones was after his first NFL start versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kind of a similar situation where he really like put the team on his back to win, and I was like, wow, he's a winner. And I feel that same way finally after this win versus the Saints. So that is it for this video, guys. I just wanted to say, like, I think this is a huge step for Daniel Jones, and hopefully this guy believes in himself now and believes that, okay, I'm a winner, like, I can come back in any situation. So that is it, guys. Make sure you drop a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. Peace.